Welcome to the Beetlejuice My GMO for 2K24. This is the final picture of the recap of 2K23 of all the wrestlers we had with accomplishments, all our Beetlejuice MVPs. It's a lot of wrestlers. Last episode was the start of Season 2. We have a completely new roster. I mean, not completely new. We still brought back some of the old wrestlers from Season 1, but we have new faces for Season 2. Let's get into the recap of how those wrestlers are looking so far. We have our World Heavyweight Champion Randy Orton returning from Season 1. Still the World Champ. He lost the title, but he won it back. 13-11 record. 3-time World Heavyweight Champion. 2-time United States Champion. 1-time MVP. Just need the tag titles, and he's won it all. We have our Women's World Heavyweight Champion and one half of the Tag Team Champions, the man, Becky Lynch, returning from Season 1, and she is dominating GM mode so far. 12-11 record. 5-time World Champion, 2-time Tag Team Champion, 3-time MVP. She's done it all. Our United States Champion and one half of the Raw Tag Team Champions, one of the new faces for this season that we drafted that I'm excited for, Trick Williams. He's whooping that Trick. 4-1 record, 1-time United States Champion, 1-time Tag Team Champion. He just needs an MVP and a world title, and he's done it all. That's a great start for one episode. The other half of our Raw Tag Team Champions, Carl Anderson, 13-10 record, 1-time United States Champion, 2-time Tag Team Champion, returning from Season 1, and he found himself a new tag team partner. Then we have the other half of our Women's Tag Team Champions, Fallon Henley. I think I said that right. Don't know. She's technically a returning wrestler, but still brand new. She's only been in part of 2 episodes so far. We signed her the last episode of Season 1, drafted her at the start of Season 2. 1-6 record, not looking great for her so far, but she does have the tag title. 1-time Women's Tag Champion. Can she add to that? We have Alexa Bliss returning from Season 1, 9-7 record, 2-time Women's World Champion, 1-time Tag Team Champion, 1-time MVP. She's done it all. She was really good Season 1. What will she cook up for Season 2? Yet another returning superstar, Chelsea Green, returning from Season 1. Here's Season 2. You thought I forgot. I didn't. Chelsea Green! I didn't have a voice crack this time, but it still sounded hideous. 13-10 record, 2-time Women's Tag Team Champion. Can she finally win a Women's World Title? One of the other new faces for this season of Monday Night Raw, Season 2, Liv Morgan. 3-1 record. She's doing great so far. We have our Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, returning from Season 1. 11-13 record. He lost a lot. 0-5, I believe, last episode, which is just terrible. He's now under 500 record-wise. 1-time World Champion, 2-time United States Champion, 1-time Tag Team Champion, 3-time MVP. He's done it all. Acknowledge him. We have yet another returning wrestler, which he was only there towards the end of Season 1. We tried to send him to the moon. Didn't work out. Ilya Dragunov, which so far this season, it's working. He's finally getting the accolades that we wanted for Season 1. He's getting it in Season 2. 5-9 record, 1-time World Heavyweight Champion, 1-time United States Champion, just a tag title and MVP away from doing it all. We've made our amends with Tiffany Stratton. She is back. We had her Season 1. We let her go because she was upset, fed up. We said, leave. No more Tiffy time. We've made our amends. We've apologized. It is Tiffy time yet again on Monday Night Raw. Beetlejuice is excited. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. 1-8 record. Not great for her. She only had like one match and she lost last episode. 1-time World Heavyweight Champion, 1-time Tag Team Champion. Can she win some more championships and just get more wins in general this season? One of our new acquisitions from the draft, Blair Davenport. We took her from NXT or SmackDown. She was doing well there. We said, let's bring her in. New face. 1-3 record. She's not doing so great for us so far, but still young in the season. We have Tyler Bate, who we didn't draft in last episode, but we signed him. He is a new face. 1 match, 0-1 record. Still young. Still young in the season. He can turn this around. Let's see if he could do it. And our final new acquisition into Season 2, we drafted him, Noam Dar. 0-1 record, like Tyler Bate. Can these two turn it around? Let's find out. It's time to declare who are the Beetlejuice MVPs of the last episode, and the men's MVP is... It is Trick Williams. What? Whoop that Trick. Yeah, MVP on the first episode we have with him. It was close. It could have went to Ilya, but he lost too many matches. Could have went to Randy. Trick and Randy both had two great episodes, both won titles, both had wins, but I decided to give it to Trick because he had the better record, and it's time to whoop that Trick. I like it. Oh yeah, man. She is the man for a reason, and Becky Lynch is your women's MVP for last episode, adding yet another MVP award, double champion Becky, 2 belts. The man is here to stay. We start off with tag team action on Raw. Blair and Tiffany versus Becky and Liv, and Blair and Tiffany pick up the win in an okay match. Alexa Bliss doing charity, trying to get as many fans as possible to pass NXT. Tyler Bates versus Noam Dar, tables match. Noam Dar picks up his first win of the season. Tyler Bates still needs that first win. Chelsea Green doing charity. Carl Anderson versus the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. Roman still has not been able to win this season. Carl Anderson picks up the win. Ilya Dragunov doing a promo. We have Trick Williams versus Randy Orton for the U.S. title, and Randy Orton is now a double champion. On to SmackDown, we have Yokozuna versus Sami Zayn one-on-one, and Yokozuna beats Sami Zayn in a great match. Then we have tag team call-out, Ridge and Chad calling out Shinsuke and Gunther. Dakota Kai versus Indy Hartwell one-on-one. Dakota Kai picks up the win. Mediocre match, though. The champ, Bayley, cutting a promo. Triple threat, R-Truth and Gunther, or R-Truth, Gunther, and Baron Corbin. Ridge ran in. Gunther picks up the win. Shayna Baszler doing a self-promo. Then we have Andre the Giant versus Kofi Kingston main event. Look at Kofi thriving on SmackDown. On to NXT, Tamina versus Scarlett versus Natalya for the NXT Women's Championship. Natalya picks up the win. Classic retains her title. She's thriving on NXT. Josh Briggs doing a self-promo. Maurice versus Nikita Lyons. And Maurice picks up the win. No other promos for NXT. Good match, though. Then we have Robert Roode defending against Ricochet Diesel. Humberto runs in, doesn't stop Diesel from picking up the win, winning the title. Tag team Dijak Omos versus Cedric and Santos. Cedric and Santos pick up the win, and NXT is still on top.
Oh, fuck, man. What the hell are you trying to do to me?
You see Beetlejuice as the greatest GM. Blair's happy we teamed her up with Tiffany. Randy Orton's happy we gave him a rematch for the U.S. title. And we're picking up our first legend of the series, Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Have not done this in Season 1 at all, but we're doing it in Season 2, picking up a legend, and it's someone we haven't used before, Jim the Neidhart Anvil. Then we're going to use the bad timing card on Teddy Long, punish him a little bit. We have Liv versus Blair to start off this episode of Monday Night Raw, and Liv picks up yet another win. She's been red hot. Rivalry grows to 4. Carl Anderson doing charity. Then we have Tyler Bate versus Noam Dar. Ilya runs in on them, though. Tables match, and Ilya helps Noam Dar pick up the win. Mediocre match. Then we have Alexa Bliss doing self-promo. Becky versus Tiffany, and no title on the line. Can Tiffany get a win? And she does. Tiffany's been on a roll so far. Could she become champion this episode? Chelsea Green doing some training. Randy versus Trick versus Jim versus Roman for the world title. And it's time to whoop that Trick. SmackDown has Sami Zayn versus Andre the Giant in an Iron Man match that started off. Andre the Giant picks up the win, injures Sami Zayn. Then we have Yokozuna cutting a self-promo. Baron Corbin versus R-Truth one-on-one. Who's going to pick up the win? Both have low pop. R-Truth picks up the win. Okay match. Then we have Kofi after beating Andre. Calls him out after he injures Sammy. Bayley and Dakota versus Shayna and Indy tag team action. Bayley and Dakota pick up the win in a good match. Another tag team action. Shinsuke Gunther versus Chad and Ridge. Kit Wilson runs in. Shinsuke Gunther pick up the win after the call out. More tag team action as NXT starts it off. Natalya and Tamina versus Maurice and Scarlett. Maurice and Scarlett pick up the win in an amazing match. Dijak cutting a self-promo tag team champion Dijak. Ivar versus Cedric Alexander one-on-one. Cedric picks up the win against Ivar. Mediocre match. Robert Roode calls out Ricochet. Fatal four-way between them. Then you have Omos and Santos one-on-one. And Santos beats Omos. I think that was all 4 from last week. Omos gets injured. Nikita cuts a self-promo. Humberto versus Josh Briggs for the NXT title. And Humberto's your new NXT champion. Yet another week, NXT's on top.
I got a lot wrong, brother.
Tyler Bates upset that Ilya Dragunov attacked him during the match with Noam Dar. He wants Ilya one-on-one. You got it, Tyler Bates. Blair Davenport, she wants a rematch against Liv Morgan. She got it. We're going to continue to screw over the competition. We're using the Veto Star card on William Regal. Just trying to get that edge on NXT. And then we'll use the limited stock on NXT as well. We give Blair the match she wanted against Liv Morgan to start off Raw, and she did it. She got the win that she wanted in the match. Great match. And we have Becky Lynch doing some charity. Ilya versus Tyler Bate versus Noam Dar. He didn't get a one-on-one, but he got a match. Ilya picks up the win in a table match. Okay. Chelsea Green doing some charity. Then we have Alexa Bliss, her first match of this season, versus Tiffany Stratton and Fallon Henley. I believe it's also Fallon's first match. Alexa Bliss picks up the win in an okay match. Carl Anderson doing some training. Then you have Randy Orton versus Trick versus Roman versus Jim for the U.S. title, and Jim, the Anvil Neidhart, picks up the win, new champion. On to SmackDown, we have Bayley and Dakota versus Shayna and Indy for the tag team titles. Bayley and Dakota are your new women's tag team champions on SmackDown. Yokozuna doing a self-promo. Then we have Baron Corbin versus R-Truth. Again, this time R-Truth picks up the win. Okay match, no other promos. We have Andre the Giant versus Kofi versus Kit Wilson, triple threat, and Andre the Giant is on a roll, picking up the win. Shinsuke and Gunther versus Chad and Ridge Holland for the tag team titles. Shinsuke and Gunther retain the tag titles. NXT continues with Robert Roode versus Ricochet, and Ricochet picks up the win against Robert Roode. Good match. Natalya doing some charity. Damn, we considered picking up Stardust, and NXT picked him up, and he goes against Josh Briggs. Stardust picks up the win. We chose Jim Neidhart over Stardust. Then we have Red Monsoon doing some charity. Cedric Alexander versus Dijak one-on-one, and Cedric Alexander picks up the win. Tag team call-out. We have Scarlett and Maurice calling out Natalya and Tamina. Santos versus Ivar in the main event, and Santos picks up the win against Ivar. Oof, we could do it. We're coming up close. We're almost on to NXT, but they still have the lead.
Love that shit.
Triple H letting us know power cards will be more expensive. Jim Neidhart wants a match in Reno. We have Tyler Bate, happy that we gave him the rematch, even though he lost. Then we're going to go and send Randy Orton to a health spa. He deserves it. He's been champ for so long. He's been busting his ass. Then we're going to use the scouting card on NXT, continue to punish them. Tiffany's picked up some wins against Becky, so now she gets a title match. It doesn't matter. The man does not lose. Defends her title. Great match. Tyler Bate calls out Noam Dar. Then we have Jim the Anvil Neidhart versus Ilya Dragunov one-on-one. Jim picks up the win against Ilya. Great match. Then we have Liv Morgan doing a self-promo. Chelsea Green versus Fallon Henley tables match, trying to get these two involved more. Chelsea Green picks up the win against Fallon. Okay match. Blair Davenport in some training, trying to get those objectives done for the trophy this season. Carl and Trick defend against Roman Reigns and Noam Dar, and they defend their titles. Good match. SmackDown has Yokozuna versus Kofi Kingston, but Veer Mahan runs in, costs Kofi the match. Yokozuna picks up the win. R-Truth cutting a promo. Then we have Jake Zandu and Chad Gable versus Kit Wilson and Baron Corbin, and Kit and Baron pick up the win. Okay match. Then Gunther calls out R-Truth for some reason. Shinsuke defends the IC title versus Chuck McWagon, and Shinsuke is still your Intercontinental Champion. Okay match. Shayna and Indy versus Bayley Dakota tag team action, and Shayna and Indy pick up the win in the main event. Then we go to NXT. We have Natalya, Tamina versus Maurice and Scarlett. Natalya and Tamina win after that call out, continues the rivalry. Diesel calls out Red Monsoon. Josh Briggs versus Stardust again, and Josh Briggs picks up the win. Great match, continues the rivalry. Red Monsoon doing a self-promo. Then we have Ricochet versus Robert Roode yet again, and Ricochet picks up back-to-back wins against Robert Roode. Then we have Nikita Lyons doing some charity. Then we have Cedric and Santos versus Dijak and Omos. Ivar runs in, helps Dijak and Omos pick up the win, and NXT is still on top.
Hell yeah.
William Regal and NXT used a limited stock card on us. It doesn't matter. We weren't going to use cards anyway. Tyler Bates' contract is running up. We're going to bring him back, try to keep as many wrestlers as we can, just have that roster, have depth. We considered lowballing them, but we'll make them happy. We don't want guys to be upset. We have Triple H telling us our cards are in high demand. Fallon Henley, she's upset with Chelsea Green. She wants someone new. She's tired of losing to Chelsea, so we say okay. And speaking of Chelsea Green, she wants a main event world title match. Well, not main event, just world title match. Then we use the injury rehab. We are conflicted between Trick and Roman because Trick got injured that last Raw, but we give our tribal chief some good rest. And then we go, we're signing a new wrestler. We're bringing in the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. We're conflicted if we want to give him 5 weeks or more, but we do what he wants. We give him exactly 5 weeks. And we use some more scouting points. We see Carmella. We're going to bring back Mella. She was hot last season for us. She's going to be hot for us this season too. Mella's money. Blair Davenport reaches level 10 in the ring experience, and she gets an opportunity, a new perk. We're going to give her the basic popularity to try to boost her up as much as possible. We get to Becky Lynch versus Tiffany Stratton, false count anywhere for the title, and the man defends. Legendary match, continues the rivalry. We're turning them heel. We need heels. We're getting 09 Randy. He's going to go sicko mode. He's going crazy. Tyler Bates versus Noam Dar. Extreme Rules. Noam Dar picks up a win. Tyler Bates just is not getting wins. Very sad for him. Chelsea Green doing some charity. We would have booked her against Fallon Henley, but Fallon Henley said no more Chelsea Green, so we book her against Alexa Bliss. Alexa picks up the win. Mediocre match. Starts a rivalry. Fallon can't win at all. Charity for Carmella. She's back. Jim versus Ilya versus Carl Anderson for the U.S. title. Ilya Dragunov is your new United States champion. Starts a rivalry with Carl Anderson. I guess Jim's out the title picture now. I don't know. Cody Rhodes doing some charity. Both are new signings just for promos. Blair Davenport versus Liv Morgan main event. Tables match. And Liv Morgan picks up the win. Completes the rivalry. On to SmackDown's pay-per-view. We got Kofi versus Shinsuke. Iron Man match. Shinsuke picks up the win. Did defend his title though. Oh, and he got injured. Indy Hartwell doing some charity. No more promos for SmackDown. R-Truth versus Yokozuna. Just the matches are all over the place for SmackDown. Okay match. R-Truth picks up the win. Shayna Baszler versus Dakota Kai. One-on-one. We have Shayna Baszler picking up the win against Dakota Kai. Okay match. Then we have Chad Gable versus Baron Corbin. Gunther's going to run in. Very weird card. I don't think they built up to this at all. Baron Corbin picks up the win. Veer defends the WWE title against Jake, Chuck, and Kit Wilson. And Veer successfully defends the title. On to NXT's pay-per-view, we got Scarlett versus Tamina. No tag team action, just one-on-one. Scarlett picks up the win. Oh, actually, it was a rivalry, but Scarlett got injured. Self-promo for Cedric Alexander. Maurice versus Nikita Lyons. One-on-one, and Maurice picks up the win against Nikita. Continues their rivalry. Red Monsoon calls out Diesel. Then we have Santos versus Ivar. One-on-one. And Santos picks up the win against Ivar, continues their rivalry. Diesel calls Red Monsoon out, back-to-back calls out. Then Josh Briggs versus Stardust, one-on-one, and Josh Briggs picks up the win. Not looking good for Stardust. Okay match. Natalya doing a self-promo, and main event, Robert Roode versus Ricochet, Iron Man match, and it is a draw. That is unfortunate, but it completes their rivalry. Ricochet's injured, and next episode, we can pass NXT. I feel it. We can do it.
You ain't got no match for me.
It is trade time. We have SmackDown offer us Chuck McWagon for some cash. I don't want Chuck McWagon. As much as I love him, I don't want him. And then NXT has the nerve to ask us for 2 newly acquired signings with Cody Rhodes and Carmella. How dare William Regal? You evil, evil man. No. We have Jim Neidhart telling us his contract's coming up. Of course, we're going to bring him back. He's been good for us so far. Teddy Long saying, holla, holla. How'd you manage to pull that off? It's just because we're the Beetlejuice goat. We're the goat juice. Then we have Carmella saying she's been benched for a while. I mean, we just brought you back. But yeah, of course, you got a match. Tiffany Stratton coming up to us. She's not physically 100%. You know what, Tiffy? You get all the rest in the world. That's what you deserve. We're going to send Tiffy straight to a health spa. She failed to become world champ, but it's still Tiffy time. All right, it's shake-up time. We're going to go with the Champion Resolve card because I think it'd just be fun. You know, Becky and Trick, they're just going to keep their titles for another episode. Trick's injured, so he's not going to have a lot of matches. But you know what? It's still going to be fun. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all come back for the next episode. Love you all. See you next time. Have a beautiful day. Whoop that Trick. I said that for a long time.